Welcome to Session 0 of Ecco the Dolphin. If you want to get right to the gameplay, skip ahead to the next video. Just click the little next button. But for the time being, I wanted to talk about my introduction to this game as a kid and all the different things that it represented. The first thing I kind of want to mention was I first played this game when I was about, I want to say 8 years old. And it sort of introduced me to just the concept of loneliness. It sort of reminded me that at some point I was going to grow up and have to move out and get away from my safety zone, you know, where my mom and dad always took care of me. And that idea scared me. Hi, Rufus.
Hi, Rufus. Hey, you silly dog.
Here I am in my own place now. I don't seem all that scared. It's not so bad. But that's pretty much what the game does right out of the get-go. I mean, it isolates you almost immediately. It takes your family away. It takes away your sanctuary. Even if you think that you're safe and everything's fine and everything's all hunky-dory in your world, outside things can and will come in and completely destroy that. So, I guess be ready or be prepared. I think another story about this game that is worthwhile to tell is I was about, I want to say maybe 10 years old, and I had unwittingly, I told this story before, by the way, in one of my other videos of how I made this glitch happen, but I'll retell it here just for the hell of it. I was fighting through the game, and I kept dying over and over and over again. And when you're a kid, and the game just keeps beating you over and over and over again, you let your anger out in many different ways. In my case, I let my anger out in this game by just randomly pressing buttons on the controller, just harshly just gripping the controller and pushing buttons down as hard as I could, you know. I want the game to feel how mad I am at it, you know. And it worked. For the first time, and I think probably the only time ever in a video game, the game brought me some semblance of mercy because I unwittingly unlocked some code that made it so that Ecco couldn't die. And then, at the end of the game, I got to see the Vortex Queen, scariest creature of the game. And she ate me. And I got to see just the whole screen went red. And Ecco turned into this like black silhouette. And you heard that sound effect just now. That's the sound of Ecco getting hurt. I heard that sound over and over and over again. And occasionally I'd catch the outline of the lower jaw of the queen biting down on him again. It was terrifying. And I just remember being 10 years old, turning that game off, and just kind of walking away. Just like I'd been in a car accident or something. Like I had seen some really horrific, you know, terrible. I can't even describe it. I was in shock, essentially. So it was the scariest thing from my childhood. And then, you know, for 20 plus years, I couldn't figure out how I did it. I could not recreate this glitch, no matter how much I tried. And Halloween 2019, I was playing this game again on a whim, and unwittingly discovered the source of the problem. Unwittingly, finally found how to make the glitch happen. And I was so happy. The scary thing! Now I know what it is and how it works and why it works and what it is I'm really seeing. It's not so scary anymore. See? Helps undo fear. I do have another story to tell, though, by the way. And the story is of the last time I got a good scare out of this game. It was the Ecco PC version. I couldn't get the game to work on modern computers. And all I saw was this title screen that you see here right now. I saw that title screen, and when I tried to move, the first thing I heard was that sonar sound that Ecco makes, that whoop, right? I heard that, and then the screen moved. Like, rah, like this. Very violently, and it was a jump scare that scared the shit out of me. Never forget that. I'm like, man, I'm a grown man, and this game is still finding ways to scare me. Ah, why? Last good scare, like I said, was that. I mean, the Vortex Queen came as a close second, but I was looking for trouble that time. I was looking to get scared. I was looking for something screwed up that time. But this time, but that last time there, that 5-6 years ago, whenever, that was my last good scare from this game. So anyway, that's enough story time. Let's get started playing this sucker, huh? Right, Rufus? Yeah, Rufus. Rufus wants this game to get beat too. We're gonna play this game. We're gonna beat this game. And I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks that I learned through playing it. Maybe it'll help you. Or at the very least, you can see what this game was and why it was of any interest to me, why it was of any interest to anyone. I see a lot of people claiming that this is a bad game and terrible game. Not sure why it got so much hype. I'm like, I suspect you were probably just bad at it. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's beat this thing, and let's do it together.